Again, I'm starting again. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today and participating in our FinTech webinar. My name is Yaniv Goldberg. I'm the head of Israel Economic and Trade Office here in Korea, part of the Israeli Embassy. And before starting the webinar, I would like to share with you that the Israeli FinTech ecosystem is quite booming in the last few years. Just in 2019, it was a record year in terms of investment money going into the ecosystem. Almost $1.8 billion were invested, mostly by foreign investors, into the Israeli fintech ecosystem, which represent actually 5% of the global investments into fintech, into financial technologies. Most of the Israeli companies in the fintech sector, there are hundreds of them, are utilizing AI in various ways. And in today's webinar, we will see some of the companies that are doing so. But the companies today are not only a good representation of the fintech industry, there are companies that are looking at the Korean sector or the Korean market favorably. So I encourage all of you today, if you haven't booked any B2B meetings with the Israeli companies, I encourage you to call us and to engage with us in order to do so. And there are many more like that, which we can introduce to you. Besides our activity as the Israel Economic and Trade Office here in Korea, we are cooperating today with Israel Exports Institute, which is our partner in the Israeli market to introduce various Israeli companies from different sectors. And we also have a good cooperation with Korea Fintech Center, a Korean governmental agency that is supporting the fintech industry in Korea. And we recently launched an online booth in their online exhibition here in Korea. So I would like to thank all of our partners, and I would like to thank again all of you for joining us today. And without further ado, we will start with the first presentation today by Personetics, Mr. Doel Blitz. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. If you can just give me the presentation rights so I can share my screen, Yaniv, please. Thank you.
Doel, now you can share. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Great. Thank you very much. Okay. Everybody, can you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So hi, everybody. And Yaniv, thank you for your words. Nice to meet you all. My name is Doel Blitz. I'm VP Strategy and Business Development at Personetics. We are one of the largest fintech companies in Israel. We are already working in your market with Hyundai Card. We are really proud of that. And of course, looking forward to expand our penetration and collaboration in the Korean market with banks and credit card companies and others. Personetics is a global category leader in AI, financial data-driven personalization and customer engagement. We are providing a white label personalized engagement platform for some of the world's largest banks and credit card companies, working today with over 50 global top-tier banks all over the world, and really helping financial institutions to become much more smart, proactive, and knowledgeable with their clients, and helping them to better, or actually to boost their customer engagement and digital sales through their digital channels. We know how to access financial transactional data in real time. We are using over 3 dozens of our own proprietary AI and machine learning models to deeply understand the individual financial behavior, past, present, and even predict the cash flow for the future. And then we are able to provide rich, out-of-the-box, fully tested and verified, personalized, financial data-driven insights, alerts, recommendations, and even automated financial wellness programs. All of these content is being supported by a rich set of tools that helping our clients to quickly differentiate themselves in the market, to create their own personalization IP, and maybe the most important thing, to deliver a significant business impact. So that's about Personetics. We are, as I said, working all over the world with some of the world's largest banks. This is some of our clients. We are working in the Asian market with, for example, clients like DBS and UOB from Singapore, working with the largest banks in Japan, in Australia, all over the Asian market, and of course, all over the North America and Europe. We are a 220 employees companies backed by some of the world's largest VCs with 8 global offices. We are focusing on helping financial institutions to really drive engagement on a day-to-day, to drive balance and asset growth, to really strengthen the customer's financial wellness. And I believe that under the COVID-19 is becoming even much more important to increase customers' own financial resilience. We are also able to empower agents and bankers through our CRM integrations with financial data-driven insights, and of course, focusing on a much better contextualized digital sales according to the customer's needs. We are dealing with all sorts of segments, from cardholders to mass market, to mass affluent, and to small business clients with our white label, agile and open architecture. We are focusing on key business outcomes. And you can see some of these global great numbers from our clients and where we are really able to increase customers' engagements. Of course, digital sales, account and balance growth, conversion rates like advice and recommendation taken, retention rates, and others. And we are putting a lot of effort around our capabilities to help our clients to quickly generate this great, significant business impact. With Hyundai Card, we started to work almost over a year ago, and this is a great collaboration. We are live with Hyundai Card for several months, and really able to help Hyundai Card to fulfill their own strategy around digital Hyundai Card, and really to help them to increase customers' engagement in real time, to really deeply understand and analyze customers' financial behavior, to provide rich, out-of-the-box, relevant content, to drive great sales and engagement numbers. And of course, Hyundai Card later on will share their side of the story. With your permission, let me share with you 1-minute video clip of the Personetics and Hyundai Card collaboration. I just need to unshare my screen and share that again. I'm sorry for that. That will give me the ability to also share my sound. So with your permission, I hope that you can still see my slide. And I'm going back to the specific presentation. Can you still see my, my presentation, please?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So I'm sharing with you 1-minute video clip, please. Great. So I think it gives a good understanding of our ability to quickly implement our solution, a white label. This is, for example, an SDK through the Hyundai Card mobile application. Really great, I think, great installation. We are doing the same thing also with global banks all over the world, and quickly with our analytics engine, AI, machine learning models, deeply understand in real time the customer's deep financial behavior. We are providing a very flexible, open, agile system that gives the full control to our clients. And in that way, we were able to actually help with Hyundai Card 2020 global strategic, strategy to fulfill with their own clients. This is another example from one of the largest banks in Southeast Asia, UOB. We are working with UOB Group all over Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and other places. And again, in less than 5 months, we were able to completely change the way that UOB is proactively engaging with customers and providing rich, meaningful interactions and engagements with personalized, financial data-driven insights and advice. UOB even developed by themselves over 50 additional insights using Personetics platform. We were able in less than 1 year to quadruple the customer engagement scores and the NPS, and actually increase by 50% the click-through rates, the conversion rates on selected presented insights. And I really urge you to go and see this great implementation. And we are, of course, expanding into web channels, small business customers, and keep adding more and more business solutions. Another example is from the largest bank in Canada, RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, 9 million digital clients. And we are keep implementing actually today 5 different business solutions, keep adding capabilities. Of course, starting with our insights out of the box, and we were able very quickly to increase by 100% the user engagement rates. And then we went into automated budgets, helping customers to set up their own budgets. And then we went into automated saving program, where we are actually able to automatically help customers to better save for the future. They don't need to set up goals or threshold or time limit, and automatically we help them to save over $2,400 a year. Then we also implemented our NLP NLU chatbot, and even a specific value proposition for small business clients, which shows that we are keep expanding our business solutions within our clients and becoming very strategic for them. Now, in terms of platform, this is how the Personetics platform looks like. This is how we are also collaborate with Hyundai Card. We are able to quickly access and analyze financial transactional data, to categorize it by ourselves, to enrich the data, to deal with the MCC codes, and then using a lot of our own AI machine learning models to deeply understand the individual financial behavior, to provide rich content out of the box, already tested and verified, even all sorts of automated financial wellness programs and customer analytics. And as you can see on the right, our codeless creation and editing console that gives our clients, exactly like Hyundai Card, to completely have a control of this platform, to segmentize, to simulate, to change and modify all the existing content and models, and even develop by themselves in a matter of minutes new capabilities, new insights, new advice, new programs, and so on and so forth. And that's the self-driving finance journey that we are working with our clients, starting with quick access to data with our global leading capabilities, providing rich, meaningful, day-to-day personalized insights to detect what's important to the clients and increase trust and engagement, moving into a deep advice, helping customers to actually make up their minds and telling them what exactly they could do, actually what they should do. And the last step is even providing automated, out-of-the-box financial wellness programs to even think and act in behalf of the clients. This is some examples of our over 300 out-of-the-box insights, day-to-day insights for cardholders or retail or mass market or mass affluent or small business. And you can see 10 groups of this kind of out-of-the-box, fully tested and verified insights. Of course, fully language agnostic. And as you saw, we are also already working in the Korean language as other Asian languages. And you can see some of these examples. Everything is fully customized, fully personalized by the bank and by our systems. In terms of small business value proposition, we have a specific separated capabilities around that with specific insights and advice, wellness programs, and even ability to work with open banking and cloud accounting data providers in order to provide a holistic, aggregated financial view for the small business client. You can see here an example how it looks like as specific dashboards. When it comes to contextual digital sales, exactly as we are working with Hyundai Card, we are able to detect in real time all sorts of liquidity anomalies and other issues with the clients, even predict cash flows. And by recognizing those kind of issues other real time, we can of course provide a financial data-driven, personalized product or service offering, as you can see on the right. And on the bottom right, you can see the top 3 best options for the client. You just need to click on a button and we will execute all the capabilities and all the action for him. We are providing this engagement builder, this codeless editing and creation console that gives, as I said, a full capabilities, exactly as Hyundai Card is doing, a full control of the platform and the ability and the agility to connect with other data sources, of course, to complement the internal capabilities of the bank and quickly take it into the market with the ability to modify all the content and, of course, to create capabilities by the bank. You can see an example how a bank can create a custom insight based on a specific customer's needs, for example, a loan offer in a couple of minutes, fully codeless, and take it very quickly into the market for specific clients' needs. And you can see some examples of how banks really use those kind of engagement builder, this studio, to quickly create all sorts of card offers, benefits offers, investment advice, or loan offers very quickly into the market. And in a couple of weeks, actually, increase the product sales penetration between 6 to 8%. And I think the agility of that, the ability to adapt to market changes is really important. And you can see another example from the 5th largest bank in the US bank, 12 million digital clients, that was able to go into the market with Personetics, 12 million digital clients in 6 months, and then to actually shorten the capabilities and the execution runnings with less than even 1 week in terms of deployment time and so on and so forth. I'm about to finish by also showing you that we are also providing automated financial wellness programs. This is an extended framework that's really helping customers to automatically strengthen their own financial resilience and achieve financial goals. And this is a long-term capabilities where we are helping customers to better save, better invest, or even cut a debt for specific retail and small business clients. And we have today over 5 different out-of-the-box, those kind of automated financial wellness programs. And we are already live all over the world with these great capabilities where banks are really truly helping customers to better manage their financial life. I'm finishing by saying that we are also, of course, working with all the other data systems within the bank to provide one great capabilities. So this is about Personetics, and of course, we are looking forward to speak with you later on with our one-on-one discussions. Thank you. Sam, please take this forward.
Thank you, Darrell. Thank you for sharing. Hi, I'm Hee-Jung Nam from Hyundai Card. I'm in charge of card digital team, and we launched this service with Personetics last year. Actually, Darrell covered almost everything about what we've done so far. So I'd like to just cover very briefly, and then I'm open to any questions, any comments.
So you're most welcome also to speak in Korean if you feel comfortable.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you move next slide, Darrell?
내가 움직일 수 없는 건가? 사실 앞에서 이미 소개가 돼가지고 좀 간략하게 설명을 다시 한번 드리는 수준일 것 같은데요. 페르소네틱스하고 저희가 작년에 이제 런칭한 이 서비스는 기본적으로는 이 첫 번째 트리거 기반으로 하는 게 가장 큰 특징이에요. 그래서 최근에 결제된 내역을 저희가 감지해서 최근에 연관성 있는 트리거가 발생했을 때 그 관련된 인사이트를 저희가 제공을 하는 거고, 이 인사이트라 하면 결국 고객에게 전달하는 메시지 같은 건데, 너 좀 중복 결제 이상 결제가 감지가 돼. 너 최근 소비가 전월 대비 어땠어? 증가했어? 감소했어? 어떤 큰 변화가 있어? 라는 걸 알려주는 인사이트를 제공을 하게 되는 거고요. 그러면 고객은 그 인사이트를 보고 내가 좋았는지 좋지 않았는지 리뷰를 할 수 있습니다. 그래서 5점 척도로 별을 하나부터 10개, 5개까지 줄 수가 있고, 이게 받을까요? 그리고 그 레이팅된 점수를 가지고 그 다음에 그 고객에게는 낮아진 점수는 노출이 덜 되고 높은 점수를 준 인사이트가 더 먼저 노출되는 알고리즘으로 반영이 됩니다. 그래서 크게 4개의 스텝 플로우로 이 서비스는 운영이 되는 거고요. 다음 장 볼까요? 제가
next slide, please.
그래서 크게 보면은 일단 어떤 데이터 소스를 가지고 움직이는지에 대한 건데 지금 업계에 뱅크샐러드나 토스처럼 이런 퍼스널 파이낸스 매니지먼트 PFM 서비스를 하는 업체들 기업들이 잘 하고 있어요. 그래서 뱅크샐러드나 토스랑 현대카드를 좀 비교해서 저희가 설명을 드리고 싶은 거고 일단 어떤 데이터 소스를 이용하는지 하나 하고 그 데이터 소스를 가지고 어떤 인사이트들을 보여주는지를 보면요. 뱅크샐러드 토스는 기본적으로 스크래핑 방식으로 카드나 은행의 정보들을 가져옵니다. 그래서 고객의 동의하에 스크래핑 방식으로 데이터를 가져와서 확보하게 되고요. 저희는 기본적으로 현대카드의 그 실시간 결제 정보를 기반으로 페이먼트 데이터를 가지고 있는 거고 거기에 이제 저희의 클라이언트, PLCC 클라이언트, 빅클라이언트 파트너십을 가지고 있는 PLCC 클라이언트들의 SKU, SKU 레벨의 데이터를 가져오게 돼요. 그래서 가령 대한항공 같은 경우는 뭐 대한항공 결제가 있는 것뿐만이 아니라 이 대한항공 결제가 일본에 가는 도쿄 여행을 가는 결제, 뉴욕 항공권이라는 걸 알게 되고 이마트 결제도 식료품을 많이 샀는 식료품 구매를 했는지 뭐 유아용품 구매를 했는지 팩 관련 상품을 샀는지 이런 SKU 레벨의 정보를 저희가 가져오게 되고요. 나중에 이제 오픈 뱅킹 마이데이터 사업권 획득을 하게 된다면 저희가 이제 핀테크 데이터까지도 가져올 수 있는 기반을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 뱅크샐러드 토스는 이제 스크래핑으로 가져온 데이터를 가지고 이제 분석형 레포트들을 얘기를 해주는 거 있고 저희는 이제 분석형 레포트 외에도 실시간 데이터 기반으로 이제 저널 대비 실제 세부 카테고리별로 가맹점별로 이제 변화들을 얘기해주는 그 차이를 좀 가지고 있습니다. 다음 볼까요?
עוד מצגת, דורל?
그래서 지금 이제 한 5개월 정도의 데이터를 본 건데요. 저희의 주요하는 키 인덱스들은 현대카드 앱에서 이 서비스가 되고 있기 때문에 현대카드 앱에 들어오는 실제로 monthly active 유저의 커버리지인데요. 앱에 들어오는 그 MAU 대비 약 75% 정도 회원에게 이 서비스가 노출이 되고 있고 그리고 약 17.7% 정도 클릭률을 보고 있고요. 그리고 평점이 5점 0점 중에 4.7점 정도를 받고 있습니다. 그리고 이렇게 저희가 생성되고 있는 인사이트가 작년에 15개로 시작을 해서 지금 한 90개 정도의 포트폴리오 풀을 확보를 했고요. 저희 회사뿐만이 아니라 그 페르소틱스에서 쓰고 있는 다른 이제 글로벌 다른 금융사의 현황이랑 좀 비교를 해보면 전체적으로 클릭률은 뭐 비슷한 수준이고 에버리지 레이팅은 저희가 굉장히 높은 편으로 들었습니다. 글로벌 평균이 한 4점대 초반 정도인데 저희가 한 4.7점 정도 받고 있어요. 이런 숫자들 말고도 실제 SNS상에 고객들의 피드백을 좀 보고 있는데 이제 SNS에 이제 자기가 받은 인사이트를 보고선 반응들을 올려놓고 있는데 전반적으로는 내가 이렇게 많이 썼는지 몰랐다. 그리고 나도 모르게 썼는데 이렇게 차이가 있었구나 라는 얘기들을 하고 있고 저희가 아까 보여드린 뱅크샐러드나 이런 토스 같은 이제 타사 그런 좀 비교해서 코멘트들을 많이 좀 볼 수가 있습니다. 네. 다음 볼까요? Next slide, please. 이거는 아까 말씀드렸던 좀 더 예시들인데요. 하나는 이제 분석형 기반은 아니지만 컨텐츠, 그러니까 유용한 정보를 제공해주기 위해서 여행 소비가 많은 사람들한테 가령 뭐 대한항공에 관련된 팁을 퀴즈 형태로 보여주기도 하고요. 두 번째는 커피 소비가 많은 커피 헤비 유저한테 너 커피 굉장히 많이 써? 라고 얘기해 주는 거에 끝나지 않고 너 커피 소비 되게 많은데 관련된 스타벅스 혜택이 있어. 한번 혜택도 같이 한번 봐. 라고 해서 너의 소비 형태를 알려주고 그다음에 혜택도 같이 알려주는 형태로도 저희가 얘기를 만들어서 진행을 하고 있고 세 번째는 역시 같은 어프로치기는 한데요. 너 굉장히 스pen딩이 많아. 이번에 외식에 스pen딩이 굉장히 많아. 라고 얘기하는 거에서 그치지 않고 되게 많이 썼고 한 달에 70만 원 정도 썼는데 그게 현대카드 고객 중에 상위 1%야. 또는 상위 5%야. 상위 10%야. 라고 조금 더 개인화된 메시지를 같이 전달해주고 있습니다. 마지막 예시는 최근에 가장 많이 간 이제 페이버릿 스토어에 대한 얘기인데요. 이 단골 가게에 대한 얘기가 보통 타사에서는 그냥 트랜잭션이 많은 리스트를 보여주고 있어요. 근데 그러다 보니까 그냥 트랜잭션 빈도를 얘기하다 보니 뭐 교통비도 많이 나오고 뭐 이니시스 같은 피지 결제가 되게 많이 나오는데 저희는 그런 뭐 당연히 하는 그런 그 빈도로 얘기하는 단골이 아니라 정말 네가 좀 인게이지먼트가 있는 단골 가게를 얘기해주고 있어서 외식, 쇼핑, 그러니까 내가 관심이 있어서 자주 간 업체들을 위주로 얘기를 해주고 있습니다. 이렇게 네가 최근에 많이 간 단골집이 어디야? 라고 해서 소비 성향을 얘기해주는 소비 케어로 하는 예시를 진행하고 있어요. 그래서 이런 게 저희가 지금 최근에 하고 있는 대표적인 인사이트 예시입니다. 네, 다음.
אוקיי, יש עוד מצגת, דורל?
다음? 없어요? 끝이에요? 아, 오케이. 여기까지가 저희가 말씀드린 부분이고요. 혹시 이건가? 혹시 질문 있으시면 any questions?
Okay, so Personetics and Hyundai, thank you very much for the presentation. It was very interesting. And if there are any Q&As, you're most welcome, the participants, to upload them to the Q&A button or to contact us afterwards.
Okay.
And now we're moving to Authentics by Ofer Friedman. So Ofer, the floor is yours. Just unmute yourself. I'm doing that for you, and you're welcome to start.
Okay. I'm unmuted, right?
Now you can be heard. Yeah, you can speak.
And everyone can see me.
Also,
and my good
yes.
friend there.
The Jewish
Okay.
passion. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, just to notify you, we found a solution for Corona. Just for financial services and banks, but we found it. Let me share my screen. And okay, you should see it, right?
Yes, we can see.
Good. Good. What we do is very simple. We automate customer onboarding and KYC. But we do it with a different technology than any other company in this field worldwide. And it's very simple. This is not a startup, okay? We are actually quite a long time on the market. And we are the only company that actually comes from solutions for airport security and border control. So highly likely also in your airports over there, our technology is the one that's checking your passports and checking your ability to board on planes. And we are basically growing exponentially in the last couple of years, and now especially because of Corona. Now, just to give you an idea who's using us, you will find here, this is like a representative list, and you'll find some startups like Google, PayPal, Uber, etc. In the world of banking, you'll find BBVA, you'll find Saxo Bank, you'll find Santander, etc. You can see companies from basically all over the world, and many of them are not local. Now, the reason they are using this is that by now in 2020, what we have is the only, guaranteed only, 100% automated customer onboarding and KYC initiation system on the market. And how do I know it? Because any other company had serious issues with providing automation for customer onboarding in Korea, in the US, in Europe, everywhere in the world. Because all the systems you know are automated at the front, on the customer side, on the computer or the mobile, and all of them need people at the back, a back office. When back office are in shutdown or lockdowns, you don't have a service, which is why many companies actually send notices of force majeure during Corona. And this is the only company that not only continued uninterrupted, but actually got more clientele because banks and other companies needed the fast solution, otherwise they would stop business. Now, what we do is very simple. This is the whole 9 yards of an automated KYC process or onboarding process. As you can see in the middle, we are handling all you need for onboarding according to Korean regulations and as well as any other regulation, which is handling of people's IDs, doing the biometrics face matching, which you know you need, POAs in relevant markets, etc. And nowadays, basically with this system, you can engage customers with any conceivable channel and any type of engagement, which means using SDKs, using web apps, which is a non-SDK solution that can enable onboarding clients. We also are using smart SDKs, which means they are active, they are actually responsive, they are actually checking already at the front everything that's happening in terms of stopping fraud and making sure that what you get is the best optimal picture you can get of the ID and the face, etc. So it will, for instance, check if someone is actually switching a card, an ID card, if they want to be fool the system. We introduce now a new capability or a new concept of liveness, not only for the person, but also for the document. Because the best fakes are very simple. You just print it out on paper and you take a picture of the paper and it's good. Any other system or any back office will accept it. Now, what we do at the back is this. As you can see, our authentication system is a full service. So it will first check if what has been received is good enough to work with, is known, is good to work with, and actually we're now introducing a spam filter which prevents the system from even processing something that's not relevant. This is the only system that automatically knows what the customer just sent you, not at the document type level, like it's a Korean driving license, but the exact version of that document, because we actually analyze them at version level, which means any other solution does not. We extract all the data sets in it, including the ones you see, including the encoded one, the MRZ lines, the QR codes, the barcodes, etc. And we are the only ones who are going forensic, because any other solution on the market, the automated part of it is based on reading what's on an image, trying to see inconsistencies in the image, which you can see with your own eyes. And they are not capable of detecting the types of forgery which are a little bit more sophisticated and are digital. And actually, I'm going to show you one example. And this means that we are checking forgery, i.e. someone manipulating an image or etc. Counterfeiting, which is one of the toughest ones. These are images that are produced by templates on Photoshop, which means there is no cut paste on it. You don't see anything wrong with the image. Yet you can build it with genuine stolen personal data, so that if you just check the data, obviously it checks, but it's not the owner of the data who sent it. Still, it is not visible. We can see it. And risk flags. Okay, I think I do have an example of a US driving license, which is all good. Just one thing. We detected that it was sent from your neighbors in the north at the outskirts of Pyongyang. So I don't know if it's legal or not to do it, but obviously if someone is in the US and the document has been submitted from a different country, it's something that has to do with managing risk, not just detecting fraud you can see. Now, the exact same system can tie to all the resources you obviously need to, all of you need to KYC. Need to approach the PEPs and sanctions and the ID verification. Now there is also address verification, residence verification, etc. And the same core technology will also handle the people after, or customers after onboarding. So that one of the most popular things we are being asked by our clients nowadays is to enable a biometric login to the account by using the face, for instance. In addition, since the weak link usually is the customer, because he might send something that's irrelevant, unworkable, and whatever. Now, there is an ability also to have an exception management service tied to the system. If there is a new document, let's say it popped up sometime and we are not aware of it, okay, we can still handle them now with the new capabilities, simply with neural networks tied to big data. Also to extract all the information from documents we don't even know. which is very good for the handling of proof of address documents. Okay. Now, when you tie all of these also to additional data you can collect along the way, you can now have multiple sources of data and ability to look in deep into documents and to detect, to look at face matching, face liveness, active, passive, etc. This is basically the whole 9 yards of a fully automated process. Any other option you have is going to be automated at the customer side, SDKs or apps or whatever. The data handling is probably going to be handled automatically, and all the rest will be done manually using a back office. So the benefits of it are a couple of them. First of all, when it's 100% automated, obviously there is no corona there because there's no humans, so it's simply going on. Secondly, it is forensic level authentication, which I'll show you in a minute. Third, as you can see here, actually last week we installed a new generation of processors. So I'm going back, I need to change the actual response time because now I'm seeing those applications fully processed in less than 5 seconds. Now, obviously, there is no human capable of doing it, and obviously, it affects the number of customers you can handle at any given period of time, and this is global. It can be in Korea, and it can be outside of Korea. Okay? And by the way, I think in the region, we are also handling Grab. I think Grab is also active in Korea, but I'm not sure. Conversion rates. Anyone who's been trying to do automation for customer onboarding knows that conversion rates are not 100% and not 90 and not 80 and probably not 70 or 60. Okay, the actual real life performance of automation with ID documents is, according to PayPal, okay, between 25 and 45%. All the rest has either errors or need to go manual. Here, according to PayPal's ongoing checks, we are about 3 times higher with borderline quality images than anyone else. And lastly, this is the most optimizable system. We adjust to the traffic you're sending. We adjust to the business logic that you have in place so that you can actually implement your processes, your flows, and even the considerations on when the red light is turned on, when the amber light is turned on, etc. Okay? So you're looking at a whole different level of fraud and forgery detection. I would just like to do this. I'm going out of here and popping up here. I simply, just before we talked, I ran a Korean document on the system. Now, I ran it on something we call a portal, which is more a management tool. In real life, obviously, it's an API to API connectivity. And this is one example of a document which, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, it's failed, which means it failed authentication. Now, let's assume that this particular image now lands in your back office, if you're doing that KYC, or any other vendor. What are the chances of you telling me this is not a good document? And the chances are not that big because obviously any normal check is based on what you see. From our point of view, it's also based on analyzing the digital composition of that document. And in this particular case, okay, this guy has a problem with the date of expiry on the document, which I'm not sure that you would see if you just look at it. So this is just an example for you on how this type of technology is built different from regular solutions. By the way, this is, as you can see, version 2, and analyzed as version 2 of the South Korean driving license. For instance, about differences. Quality information is something any vendor will give you nowadays. That's not a big deal. And obviously it makes sense because it has to do with the confidence level of the image. How good is it to do the analysis? In this case, obviously it's good. But there is another reason where we are coming from. because, as I said, in airport security, you don't believe anyone. You assume that fraudsters are not trying to be nice and just give you something you can see, they're trying to hide it. So we are looking for the attempts to hide it, or the attempts to perform manipulations you cannot see. In this case, for instance, DPI, size, and black and white are actually potential risk flags, because one technique is producing a good fake and then reducing the size and resolution of it, so when you suspect and try to zoom it gets pixelated. These are images you can actually read. You can extract the data from them, but they're useless in terms of analyzing for fraud. So if it's too low, we suspect it and you get a red X. Black and white, same thing. We use the colors, the actual colors on the image also to detect forensic level forgery and counterfeiting. Here, for instance, you can see that we can see which device it comes from. We already caught a good number of cases where here it was not Photo 2.0, it was Photoshop. We always make sure it's fresh, so you're not using something which is not concurrent now. By the way, using RSDKs by definition, there is no time to change it. And when the GPS is on, we can tell you exactly where was the last place it was touched, and that's the example I have from the US, because there they didn't notice that we actually read that and using it.
עופר, מצטער לקטוע אותך, אבל ממש מילים אחרונות, תנסה לארוז את זה בבקשה. תודה.
Okay. So back here. This is very simply the single fully automated ability to run onboarding inside Korea and for Korean companies also outside of Korea. Okay, coverage here is global. I am sure that you have some kind of automation now, and I'm sure the customer-facing applications, website, whatever, are automated. I guarantee that this level of automation doesn't exist elsewhere, and this means very simply speed, success rates, money saving, and actual fraud detection, i.e. compliance. So we invite you to use this technology.
Okay, Ofer, thank you so much to Authentics and to Ofer Friedman. And now we are moving to Mr. Asaf Binstock from BI. Thank you, Asaf.
Hello, good morning. Thank you, Yaniv. Thanks, Minhoy. And hello to all the Korean friends. I'm Asaf Binstock. I'm CEO and co-founder of BI. And if I can share my screen. We can get it rolling. Okay. Can you see the screen?
כן, רואים היטב, רק תגדיל, בדיוק.
Okay. So for all of you, BI has been founded over 4 years ago and has been working on credit risk improvement in financial institutions worldwide ever since. What we're looking at are the problematic aspect of this market, which are that financial risk is increasing everywhere in the world, specifically in 2020, and yet modeling in banks, in lenders, credit card companies is still very analogic. Even if they're using SaaS or FICO legacy softwares, or even if they are manipulating data in all sorts of ways, usually it's internal teams or external consultancy companies, and it's lacking the AI and underutilizing the data that they have and the data that they can acquire from the internet and different sorts of the business. This impacting the P&L, and this is what we come to change. If you are going to win as a bank, as a lender, what do you need to do? You need to supercharge your analysts, like the guy on the right, and make them be able to perform in the level of her, the woman on the upper right. So if we are able to make them work much faster, use AI, but use their own discretion about what is riskier, what is permissible by regulation, what is compliant, what saves the data governance flow, and what can achieve higher accuracy, higher Gini scores. This is the best match that we look to give. And this is why we focus only on AI modeling of credit risk models. The Unrisk platform is a credit risk focused end-to-end platform for smarter, faster risk modeling. It means that we take care of making the analysts perform the best of the possible potential of your data and of your market's data. For example, we want to have it tailored for credit risk. It means that it goes along with all the processes in a bank. Audit trails, data governance. It needs to be an end-to-end solution. So you would not use this solution along with several other legacy software in verticals that are coexist, and we lose the ability of the agility of the model from raw data to end. And it needs to give transparency, and to be compliant, it means it needs to give explainability even to the very advanced machine learning algorithms, and we put all of that into the platform. It needs to be focused on accuracy. If you are focused on accuracy, it allows you as an analyst to model 10 times faster. It means that you can get much more hypotheses checked, and it means that you can combine internal and external data in order for you to be able to sense where the lift for your models is going to come from. All of that, along with the recommendation engine that keeps nagging you as an analyst. You can improve this feature, you can improve this parameter, you can improve this model, and it's called shadow model, and it's patent. And what we are doing is we are boost charging the accuracy level of your risk model using those algorithms, proprietary IP in the product. It needs to be simple and elegant. One of the things we learned that analysts come in all shapes and forms. Some of them are heavy coders and they like to code. Nowadays it's Python. And some of them are more business focused and they would like to just point and click. So we enabled advanced automation, but with no glass ceiling of what the analyst can perform by themselves. It needs to be user-friendly, but it also needs to have rapid integration for APIs, for external data sources, for deploying in production, so you would not get stuck in the traffic of IT or someplace else along the way. If I'll be able to exit this and share now my platform. This is a very short demo. And let's see how it goes.
אסף, 5 דקות, בסדר?
מה?
5 דקות.
Of course. I can do it in 1 minute, I can do it in 3 days. So let's build a model from scratch using the platform. The ease of use is going to be so dramatic that if I'm trying to access your database or straight from a file, I've just uploaded 30,000 loans into the software, and with a few clicks, I'm on my way to perform the first model on the platform. If we go to a pre-existing model that I've prepared this morning, we can see that in every shape or forms of models, the simplicity will be running an algorithm and automatically seeing what is the optimal way to present a scorecard, or if we'd like to create a model from scratch using machine learning algorithms. And here we go. Doing that enables you to maintain all the transparency you need to give to your stakeholders, along with high resolution of explainability. This enables you to get to faster and accurater risk models. Using proprietary algorithms, you can automatically scan all the data that you have in your possession. These are the columns of your data. And currently, hundreds of new data points are populated as interesting features to improve the model. This is running live, and we are currently producing better and better ways to manipulate your own data in order to get to faster and better accuracy in your models. Doing that, along with explaining until the tiny bits of your model, including your data lineage, including each and every customer's unique risk score and what it entails and why did they get that. Although we used highly clever trees-based algorithm, enables you to maintain all the past regulations while moving your accuracy levels to new heights. If I'm going back to presentation for a minute, I have a minute, right?
כן, יש לך דקה.
So let's look on a very large British bank that we've worked with. And what we were able to achieve is keeping the same risk profile. The bank could reduce their default by 19.4%, along with 2.2 higher net accepted customers. Or if you will, if they wanted to have the same default, they could enable net accepted increase of 15.1%. Many of the features came directly from the algorithms, and all of the other were very highly improved by the unrisk. We are already working with a Chinese bank, European banks, and are urging Korean banks to approach and to contact us and to speak about your experience in this market, which we currently look at very focused in the Asian market. Thank you very much, guys.
So thank you very much, Asaf from BI, and we are now moving to Glassbox by Mr. David Geffen. David?
Hi there. Hope you guys can all hear me.
We can hear you, but we cannot see you.
And I should be able to see you as well. Right.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
You can start.
I intend to right now.
David, can you increase your voice a little bit? Because you're quite...
Sure thing. Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, thanks.
Great. Take it you can all hear see my screen as well.
We can see.
Great. Beautiful. So I'm going to be giving now 10 minutes regarding what Glassbox does. Very, very simple. We enable organizations to provide their customers with exceptional customer experience during their digital journey across the website, across mobile and native mobile apps. That is our space. Enabling customers to deliver exceptional customer experience. Just one word regarding where the business stands on this today. So looking at it, there is today a big gap. And this gap is between the sought customer experience, meaning this is the customer experience which organizations think this is what they perceive they are delivering to their customers, and the actual customer experience which their customers have. There is this gap. And we are in the business of closing this gap across the digital journey for all organizations. Just a few words regarding Glassbox. Our company was founded in 2010. We've got global presence with offices in New York, London, Israel, just over 150 employees. I need to actually update this side. And we've completed round C. We've got customers in multiple verticals, financial, telco, retails, health, across the entire globe with a strong presence in Asia Pacific as well. But now let's go into exactly how we close this gap. What Glassbox does is we automatically analyze millions of, actually billions of micro digital activities, enabling our customers to provide a clear, monetized, and error-free digital experience to their audience. How do we do this? Very simple. Number one, we have 100% capturing of every single digital activity which is occurring across a customer's journey. I'm talking about if it's on the web, every click, every zoom in, zoom out, of course, every page and every event. And the same goes for mobile. Every swipe, every crash, every pinch in, every rotating of the screen. We do all this automatically. We capture all this information. We then have strong built-in AI, which analyzes these customer sessions, enabling organizations to, number one, start seeing an augmented journey map of all the sessions which are occurring in their site or app, and pointing specifically to where they need to focus, where journeys are being hindered because of bad performance, bad availability, bad AJAX calls, high abandonment rates. All this is quickly highlighted. We can then, after pointing the users to where they should be focused, enable very, very quick and accurate zoom in and play back the exact sessions as experienced by the customer. Now, the time I have now, I just want to quickly show you how this thing actually looks. So bear with me a minute. Hope you can all see the screen, but in the most simplest sense, this is how the homepage will be looking here. What you can see is the entire customer journeys. Actually, it's filtered for Android users across the site during this time period. You can see every single journey which customers were taking, which is great because you can see all the activity. But where it starts to get interesting, you can start seeing also where customers are abandoning your site. Beautiful. And you can also see why they are abandoning the site. So you can see that, just take this, in the registration, there were 4,200 people who entered this area, okay? And you can also see the reason that 866 left the session out of this 4,200. But where it gets cool is you start to see why this happened. And you can see that there was a certain struggle type which was occurring over here. You can see that there was a crash type. And you can see that it was very, very, this happened most for a certain application version. All this enables users to quickly understand, whether it's product managers, marketeers, DevOps, to quickly zoom in into the most important issues which are right now hindering the experience which they're perceiving, which they're sorting to deliver their customers. They can then go ahead, drill down, and play back the sessions which were occurring with amazing accuracy. You can see the exact activities which was happening on the site itself, including where the struggles were. It's a full replay. So imagine it from kind of contact centers where you can play back the voice call of a customer. Now you're playing back his customer journey and every single activity which happened. And you can quickly run into where the problems were, if it was an AJAX problem, if it was a performance issue, quickly also understand and group them and understand how much of this is costing you, and from there, go ahead and fix them. What this means is that every single person in the organization, who uses this, has something to benefit from it. So the contact center can see very clearly what is causing channel deflection. So users who began their interaction with the organization on the web and then moved to a call because there was a problem on the site, the contact center will be able to see why. Marketing will be able to start analyzing why certain campaigns are working and certain campaigns are not. Why does the campaign for all VIP users work great, but for the others it doesn't? You can now see exactly the reasons behind the abandonment. Product managers will be able to understand how they can build better sites or better apps because they know what is working and what isn't. DevOps will know how to prioritize the issues which they need to fix based on the monetized value of these errors happening. What does it meaning that when you were abandoned at a certain stage? It can now easily be quantified and prioritized in terms of reason. And risk managers will be able to see very, very clearly where there are attacks on the site, because we capture both server side and client side, both mobile and web, every single activity. So we can see very, very clearly where issues are happening in terms of security and risk. In short, there is something here for everyone in the organization, and finally organizations can bridge that gap between the experience they perceive and sought to deliver to their customers to the experience their customers are actually having. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, David.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I will just mute you for a second. Thank you very much, David. And we are now moving to Mr. Asher Geffen from Pecan AI. So, Asher.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you, and thanks for having you. I'll be short, so we'll be able to keep the time frame planned. So if I can share my screen. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Asher Geffen. I lead business development for Pecan. Pecan set out on a mission to enable analysts to have more power to implement predictive analytics and predictive modeling. Today, across different businesses and across different sides of the business, not only on the risk side, there is a lot of need to leverage data and a lot of opportunity to leverage data in order to create business impactful predictions. We usually, to create a predictive model around different sides of the business, which are not usually modeled, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of know-how, and usually also a lot of time. Pecan has developed a platform that enables BI analysts that are not data scientists and do not have that deep technological know-how to create predictive models in a very short time, in a very fast and easy interface. A few words about the company. Pecan has been active for 2 years, very deep from a technology point of view, a strong team of PhDs from Tel Aviv University, different AI experts from the IDF. We're backed by leading investors, Dell Capital and S Capital, and we've been serving several companies from the financial services and also from other industries. In financial services, we've been mostly helping companies, mainly insurers and also banks and also payment processors, to implement AI-based modeling and predictive modeling in different sides of the business, which they have usually not have been doing. With banks and with insurance companies, we've actually been helping them more on sides around the sales and marketing. With insurers, we have been beginning to work with actuarial models, but our basically core and our basically message is let the data scientist teams do their modeling where they're best capable, and empower the analysts to create predictive models in the areas which the data scientists do not have a scope to do so. Pecan's IP is basically twofold. First, we know how to connect to several data sets and several data sources and blend them into one data set and do all of the pre-processing of the data in order to get to a data set that can be modeled upon. Usually, this is about 80 or 90% of the work of a data scientist, the data pre-processing and blending of the different data, taking all of your data of the interactions with your customers and any other data source which is warehoused or in a tabular form, and any also external data, so holidays, weather, COVID outbreaks, and all of that you can create a data set upon which, and this is where our second component is, that we've created several predefined templates for different use cases for an analyst to create models in a very easy drag and drop interface. Our use cases are also around customer interactions and customer analytics, so customer churn, segmentation, promoting scores, identifying the lifetime value, all around from the customer acquisition through the retention, through increasing the lifetime value. We also have predefined models that can help in insights, in anomaly detections, and in fraud scoring, mainly for payment processors. This is the homepage for our platform. Basically, the idea is that you log in and you enter a certain template, and the template takes you side by side and step by step in defining the model for a several broad array of use cases. So if I'll take churn as the example, so basically it's generic enough that it fits the use case, but it's customizable enough that it fits your exactly profile. So the user has to define who is the user that we're modeling upon, how do we consider churn, and what data can help us in predicting that churn. And in a very simple way, but very customizable way, the model can be planned and deployed in a very, very short time. And just as the example in churn, so we have other models in the areas of marketing, sales, risk, and others. And basically, our platform is an end-to-end solution. So from the connection to the raw data sources, so the CRMs, the marketing optimization tools, any other data sources that is relevant from within your organization, and also data sources that are out of the organization. So any of the third-party enrichments, as I've mentioned. And from connecting to those data sources, all of the data building, all of the data restructuring and the slicing and dicing and the feature selection and also the feature engineering, that's done automatically. And basically what's left for the analyst, which is within the business unit, for him or her to create the model in a very easy way, and which the outcomes are visualized either on our platform, or we can adjust it to the BI system that the analyst is already working on, which is most of the time the cases. Because basically what we do is that we help the analyst who's looking and doing the reporting, looking backwards, giving him or her the capability to do that same kind of analysis on prediction looking forwards on many use cases that are critical to the business. Just a few use cases to mention. So we've worked with a main payment processor in the UK in identifying fraudulent transactions, all in a very short span from receiving the data to having a running model. We help companies, and this is a large multinational advertising company, in identifying and reverse engineering of marketing campaigns on online, Facebook and Google, basically helping them, and this is also, we're doing this with a few insurance companies, on helping them plan what is the most successful online marketing campaign, even before it launches, in order to get the highest value and to reach the best targeted audience. Also in gaming and also in CPGs, we help in identifying high lifetime value customers, identifying churn and increasing retention, segmentation of a customer base, and all of that basically enabling the analysts to change and adjust and to create predictive models on an ongoing basis in a tool which is very much accessible and very much aligned with the tools that they're already using for the BI, so the Power BI, the Tableaus, all of those kinds of tools. This is basically a supplemental tool that ingests in and helps them shift from the BI level to the AI level. And I promise to keep it short, so I'll pause here and give you back the mic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Asher. And we are now concluding.
So I'll speak in Korean. So 감사합니다. 오늘 참여해 주셔서 너무 감사하고요. 저희가 3시 40분부터 예정돼 있던 B2B는 약 5분 정도 지연돼서 시작이 될 예정이고요. 혹시 미팅 아직 신청 못 하셨거나 필요하신 분들은 저희 대사관으로 연락 주시면 저희가 추후에 미팅 어레인지 합니다. 그리고 혹시 핀테크 관련해서 다른 질문사항이나 문의사항 있으시면 저희한테 연락해 주시면 저희가 뭐 관련 내용들은 제공해 드릴 수 있습니다. 다시 한번 참석해 주셔서 너무 감사하고요. 다음에 또 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.